This video explains why the treatment of American football star Tom Brady by forcing him to retire shows the German masqueraders and non-masqueraders sides cannot dwell together. Hello friends, this is Unmasked Truth with Harmanjit Saini, where I provide a unique analysis of world events based on the unmasked truth that after surrender, Germany continued World War II clandestinely and became a killing machine. I also provide true news that you will find nowhere else. Probably the greatest American football quarterback, Tom Brady of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, announces retirement from football on February 1, 2023, saying that with this announcement he has retired for good from the sport as a player. He already has a lucrative 375 million 10-year contract with Fox Sports as an analyst for National Football League games, which he can start anytime he wants to. So he will not be hurting for money, and I've heard that he plans to start in the coming season. I have explained in my past videos, particularly the September 15, 2022 posting titled Tom Brady's case illustrates why German masqueraders must be exterminated, that Tom Brady has been forced with threats by German masqueraders who are people of German ancestry living in white countries to retire or go to a different team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I live in the city of Tampa. There is a connection between me and forcing Tom Brady to do things against his will. Tom Brady's true desire is to continue playing, perhaps till the age of 50. He has demonstrated that he is healthy and can still win games. This is what I mentioned in my September 15, 2022 posting that explains the events in order that led to his retirement, which is worth repeating. After playing 20 seasons for the New England Patriots, he joined the Tampa Bay Florida Buccaneers, or the Bucks, for the 2020 and 2021 season. The Tampa Bay is the city in which I live, and he won the Super Bowl for the team. He had signed a 2-year contract with the team. There were rumors that he might leave the Bucks and the possibility of his joining the Miami Dolphins or even the Las Vegas Raiders teams. He also announced his retirement after the 2021-2022 season, but was back with the Bucks after 6 weeks and has now started the 2022-2023 season with the Bucks. However, it was reported in the media that the news was not good at the home front with Tom Brady. His wife Giselle reportedly was not happy with his decision to continue playing football. Then he took an 11-day hiatus from the team after practice for the season had started. The media then reported that this was due to a promise he had made to his wife that they would spend some quality family time together, which they apparently did at a private resort in the Bahamas. Coach Todd Bowles of the Bucks stated in an interview that this time off was discussed and planned with the coaching staff. Now, what is being reported in the media is not the true story. Here is the true story. This is what I stated in the video. I have explained many times in the past that I have been discriminated against by the German masqueraders in the United States, and their Indian allies because I was originally a Sikh from India, and Sikhs fought the Germans during both world wars as part of the British Indian Army. They have prevented me from making a decent living throughout my professional life, directly interfered in my software business to destroy it, and gave my software idea to the Indian allies who have set up information technology services companies which have grown into multinational corporations such as Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, and Wipro, each worth tens of billions of dollars. Unprecedented discrimination against me became known to the US government around 1999-2000. Then, around 2001, the Germans decided to buy up the best US corporations to control them and benefit from their earnings forever. German masqueraders in America were asked to sell off all their stock holdings in these corporations, which they did. Germans thus bought controlling interest in the most profitable American corporations. The US government simply impounded the stock the Germans then held in these corporations. Hopefully, because of the unprecedented discrimination against me, someday I will be fully compensated personally from these assets. In the meantime, all these investments are being professionally managed on my behalf. Since I live in Tampa, Florida, I had expressed a desire to continue living in the city. Therefore, some funds were diverted to invest in real estate and other ventures in Tampa. Part of the investments were made in Tampa sports franchises, the Tampa Bay Bucks being one of them. The Germans, despite making threats of war over the issue to US presidents over the years, that means that if they are not allowed to repatriate the profits, they will go to war with the United States. Those are the threats of war. And those were delivered to US presidents. Finally, they realized a few years back that they are not going to get their investments back because these investments are being held for my benefit. For the past few years, they have engaged in destroying the value of all these investments. For example, I explained in my video of February 8, 2021 titled The Truth About Retail Traders Taking on Hedge Funds by Trading in GameStop stock that they orchestrated the loss of $5 billion to Melvin Capital, a hedge fund managed by our people managing the investments, by enlisting the help of small individual or retail traders in manipulating the stock in GameStop. Some of the other investments are in real estate. The masqueraders have orchestrated a campaign to order their people, that means masqueraders and their allies, to move out of Tampa, Florida so that the value of the real estate will go down. They have also been trying to have Tampa Bay's largest companies acquired by out of state corporations so that their operations in the state can be closed and people forced to move out of the area. That will also lower real estate values. In the same way, they are engaged in bringing down the value of the Tampa Bay Bucks. Since Tom Brady joined the Bucks, they have won a Super Bowl in the 20 to 21 season and had a very good 2021-2022 winning season. The value of the franchise has gone up. The team's success has also pumped a great deal of money into the Tampa Bay economy. That goes against the masqueraders' goals. That is what has got Tom Brady into trouble. German masqueraders have been trying to force Tom Brady with dire threats to leave the Tampa Bay Bucks by either retiring or joining another team. Their threats can be very effective when the safety of your family is involved. Threats are constant and delivered with graphic details of how the person or family member will be subjected to torture, pain, and suffering. That is the challenge Tom Brady is facing. There is no family quarrel with his wife. Masqueraders are masters of propaganda and forcing people to do things against their will and their own best interests, but offering fake causes to the media for their actions. Their people in the media then give wide coverage to their propaganda. Since the September 2022 video, the Bucks have played another season of football. Though the Bucks made it to the playoffs with a losing regular season record, it was clear to those watching the games that Tom Brady and the Bucks were throwing away some games and deliberately barely winning other games. The reason was the threats from the masqueraders and their allies. In the playoffs, they deliberately lost their very first game because of such threats. Now, hearing constant threats on an almost daily basis can take a toll on a person. Finally, a person decides discretion is the better part of valor. That is the real reason Tom Brady has been forced to quit football, though I think he would have liked to continue playing till age 50. Masqueraders have accomplished their goal of decimating the Bucks franchise, which will now have to be rebuilt. It is not easy to sign up a quarterback of the caliber of Tom Brady. Therefore, the Bucks may likely have a few losing seasons. that will adversely impact Tampa's economy, another masquerader goal. But I can understand their point of view. The Germans are chafed because hundreds of billions, or perhaps more than $1 trillion, of their investments in US corporations has been impounded. What the masqueraders had hoped for in selling their stock to the Germans was thwarted. I have no qualms about the US government doing this because they have discriminated against me throughout my life and enriched their friends and allies in India by destroying my software business and giving my idea to them to set up software companies now worth tens of billions of dollars. Thus, with threats, German masqueraders have succeeded in their goal. I hope Tom Brady and his family can get back together, though, because of they can get back together because the masqueraders have already accomplished their purpose. Now, besides hurting Tampa Bay's economy, the masqueraders and their African American allies probably had other goals in mind. Tom Brady was not the only one they were working on. They forced Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers to throw away games so that the team did not even make the playoffs. I will not be surprised if in the near future they force him also to retire from the game, though he can physically still play 3 to 5 more years. Probably their purpose in forcing Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady to throw away games with threats was to assure that two African American quarterbacks made it to the Super Bowl this year. The masqueraders will continue to use such tactics and affect the lives of many others in sports, entertainment, and other professional careers. The whole evil enterprise is not managed by masqueraders alone. They have many minority allies. I would think that their African American allies use the same tactics as German masqueraders of using threats and force to benefit their own people, that is, African Americans. Indians in America have also got involved at the highest level in the past few years, as they are now a very important ally of the Germans and masqueraders because they run the top technology and other companies in America and other countries. God has very succinctly described the German and German masquerader key characteristics through Nahum the prophet in Nahum chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departs not, meaning they are always preying on some nation or the other. God describes four of the chief characteristics of the German, speaking through their ancient capital, Nineveh. The four chief characteristics are murder and bloodshed, wholesale lying and deception, robbing and plundering other people, and always preying on some nation or people. Expect the masqueraders and their allies to continue using the same tactics as they used on Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers to rob Americans and the US economy to benefit themselves and their allies. Their threats, conveyed very graphically, are highly successful. Since their murders, bloodshed, lying and deception, robbery, and always victimizing some people or the other will continue, it is impossible for masqueraders and non masqueraders to continue living together in the same land. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please continue to watch my videos on important world events, World War III watch, politics, international business, how Bible prophecy is playing an important role in world affairs, advice on health and medical problems, and much more for in-depth and insightful analysis. Please also subscribe to my YouTube and Facebook channels Unmasked Truth with Harmanjit Saini to view and get information on the latest videos.